So that's unfortunate, but
So,
that's the way it is.
how do I know? So through Ecamm, you're listening to my Zoom, and then I have the audio out, but there's a delay. See, let's see, finger up, finger down, finger up, finger down, finger up, finger down. I did that because that's what everyone expected. But it's about a 1.5 second latency or 1 second latency, maybe 0.75 latency. Anyway, what are we doing? Let's talk to people. Tell them over here.
We're gonna see if we can make this work. This is what we're doing. We're on YouTube too, so if you guys want to like chat on YouTube or chat on here, whatever you want, we're trying to figure out a way to switch this over to YouTube. But we're here right now because we want you guys to start migrating over there. So I'm gonna drink something. Are you gonna drink something?
Yeah. Wishing I already would have drank something by now.
Oh, I see. I got to do it. 1792 for Instagram, 1792 for YouTube. Small
So let
batch.
me ask you this: which camera are you trying to use? Because right now I'm used to doing One Drink Wednesday, and so the people deserve more. So I'm talking. What's up, Rican? I'm talking to Instagram, and it looks a lot better on my Instagram than on my computer, and it's a better camera than that Logitech Brio, which isn't a piece of crap, but
I need to get my other one set up, but like I told you, there's some shit going on, so we're working on it.
that's cool. It's cool. All right, so you're drinking 1792. I
Small
decided to
batch, yeah.
grab this 1920 Prohibition style.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Actually, I don't really like it that much, but I'm trying to get through it so that I can kind of clear it off the shelf.
Is it because it's too high heat for you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I have a lot of high heat stuff. I like the regular their the Statesman. I like their Statesman a lot better.
Uh huh.
And then yeah, so whatever. Also brought a proper dad glass this time, so just a little bitch rocks glass. See,
Oh, very nice. I still got my Yeti glass, so there you go. Cheers.
you know what I almost did 5 days ago, and I just didn't do it, and it's just a sign of the times. Is I was talking to someone, um, one of the NSX guys, about some projects that I have going on, and he was in town. He was out of town, like kind of helping his mom clean up his dad's garage because his dad had passed recently.
CC is on
Um,
on YouTube.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, man, it was 3 years, so 10, 20, 2020. I almost went into the closet and grabbed the Seacrum 7, and so maybe I failed him by not doing that. Um, but it had been 3 years, so three
That's
years from my old man.
today.
No, 5 days ago. It was
Okay, I was
10,
gonna
20,
say
20,
because we
20.
we landed on it on the first anniversary or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see right now I have to figure out how to get my phone up above if we're gonna do it dual casting because I can't look at the camera over here. Or
Yeah, I was going to set up a rig, but you forced me to use my laptop, which of course was under my desk because I graduated to a bitchin' desktop computer. And so
oh, that's right, you have a
maybe what I'll
desktop.
do is I'll rotate everything and sit at the guest desk for One Drink Wednesdays if we're going to be doing this.
Yeah, I got to figure something out.
Or throughout the course of the day, I'll actually work from my guest desk. But I had my friend Danny Niku over today. We recorded a little bit. We finally had the AI discussion that I've been teasing on the podcast. And then we talked a little bit about the prototype for the new Honda Prelude that everybody's like going ape shit crazy about.
What was the deal with that? So I was looking at that, and Rican sent us that thing this morning or yesterday or whatever that said that it is a coupe. Isn't the Prelude always been a coupe?
No, there's some. I think there's some been. I think I don't know. Ask Rican. I thought there was some like 4-door Preludes back in the day, but maybe.
Because I remember the last one, like what was it, 97 maybe?
Yeah, the late '90s one was definitely a coupe, and I remember the Gen 4 was a coupe, the one with the all-wheel drive steering. But I think some of the first ones may have been. Maybe they were all coupes. Um, what's up, Dennis? We have to talk.
Yeah. We got some peeps in the house, and I'm sorry, I'm not ignoring you. We're trying to figure this out. We're trying to make this work. Going back and forth.
They've always only been 2-door. Okay.
That's what I thought.
But there's people who romanticize about how great the Prelude is. It's like, bitch, please. It's an all right car. It was never a world beater, and it was never a piece of crap.
Yeah. Oh, that's so funny.
But what we're really trying to figure out is who is the Prelude's target competition.
Does Toyota even have a coupe?
Yeah,
Not the
it's
Supra.
the 86. It's the 86.
Honda stopped making coupes, period, except for the NSX.
Oh, that's not. Well, I guess yeah. It depends on what year you're talking. I guess
Did I have a coupe? I had a Civic coupe at one point.
the Honda Fit is still a coupe over in overseas, all the way up to the end. It's
86.
bitching too. Yeah, the 86. But other than that, I know you love your Prelude. They're cool, but they're not world beaters. They were never crappy cars, and they were never best cars on the planet. By a
Rican
long
says
shot.
he's gonna fight you, but he can't even show up to fight you. Like, wasn't he gonna fight you in where was it, Florida?
NS Expo, yeah, I'm glad you said it because I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, you got to kind of show up to the events when they're next door to you.
Yeah, he was all excited about it, and then he just doesn't even come. Well, deal with it.
Inexcusable. So, special shout out to the Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks for both making it to the World Series. I think that's pretty cool, especially because me being from Texas and, of course, living in Arizona. And admittedly, I'm not a diehard. I mean, we know from One Drink Wednesday, I'm not like a diehard baseball guy, but I know what's going on. You know, if you were to name 10 people in that and then tell me which teams they played on last night, I wouldn't have been able. There's like 3 or 4 of them I would have been able to because they're household names.
Pretty sick World Series. Yes, this is going to be pretty damn cool, but I'm going to tell you who's going to win. Pretty easy. Bruce Bochy. That's who's going to win. Hondas were sports cars forever. Supercar. Oh, we fighting. We fighting. Why? You got the Diamondbacks?
Let's not confuse sports coupe for sports car. Again, they were never pieces of crap, but they were never like the car. You know, they're the car that people want when you're starting out and you can't afford shit. You know, and I wanted a Prelude SH. You know, I wanted to fit the last gen Prelude, and I couldn't afford that either. So I ended up getting an Integra.
Yeah, I'm trying to. So my parents had. Let me see. It had to be a '96. You remember when the Tahoe used to be a 2-door and it was a full size vehicle? At that point, it was like a. Well, you don't. Never mind. Forget it. I'm wasting my.
Yeah, there was a 2-door. I remember there was like a boxy 2-door Tahoe.
Well, yeah, like the original like Blazer was, you know, that's what the Tahoe was supposed to be. They had a 2-door Tahoe, which was like the Blazer, and then they had and they actually called it a Blazer for a while, and then they switched it to Tahoe, like in '96. Mm-hmm. So they had a 2-door and a 4-door Tahoe, and a 2-door and a 4-door Yukon, and then they dumped it because no one wanted 2-door anymore. So
yeah, and it seems like it would be kind of risky. Yeah, those old Blazers, man, those were kind of mini, right? Weren't they mini? They're kind of like halfway between a real truck and a mini truck.
No, so you're talking about an S10 Blazer, and that is a smaller.
Hey, but it said Blazer.
It's an S10, like an S10.
Okay, pickup. I'm just saying, I'm not, you know.
Now the Blazer is not even anything. Like if you look at a Blazer, it's like a freaking tiny little.
It's an interesting kind of cool looking little crossover, but it's not. Yeah, you know, like it's the same deal. Okay, it's the same deal. People act like when this Blazer came out, all redesigned, looked like a Camaro. People were shitting in the bed, but it's not like the old Blazer was ever great either. It was all right.
It depends on which one you're talking about. Where's
any of them?
Where's Turkey? Turkey, tell Jay about a square body.
Like SpongeBob SquarePants?
No, that's
square. But just because it's a square body doesn't mean it's any good. Man, that's all we had. And then people want it. They're, oh, well, the new Blazer doesn't look like the old one. Well, no shit, dipwad, because it's a new Blazer. Who cares if it looks like a Camaro? There's plenty of real trucks out there. F-150s, Rams.
2-door Tahoe with the
GMC, what? Fill in the blanks. Yeah. Chris knows. The Cram knows. Anyway, I'm not trying to shit on anyone's car, man. They're all
just saying. I'm just in the wrong crowd because you guys aren't truck guys, other than Turkey.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
But I don't dislike the Prelude concept. I think people are going crazy because it's like, yeah, this looks like this. Well, it's a concept,
Yeah.
but it looks production ready. It looks production ready.
I
I don't
thought it
know
looked pretty
how
cool.
much there would change.
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty cool. The one that freaking sent over. I mean, they're going
I
that
thought
way, right?
looks kind of like a Z.
Yeah.
Um, it's got like a Z's top on it. Um, the front looks interesting. Thank you. You can pin that comment.
No, I'm not going to. 72 Chevy Blazer. Dream car.
Way to shoot for the moon there.
Hey, when you like it, you like it.
Hmm. So what do we got going on, Wes?
What do we got going on? So we have, you guys want to
Why is
drop
it so
in?
dark in your house? You
Dark.
actually don't look that dark on Instagram, but on this Ecamm, you look dark.
Oh, I don't know. I got to get the, I got, look, I got to get the new, I got to get the new camera hooked up, man. That's what I got to do.
Yeah, here we are. What's up, Scott? What are we drinking tonight? Tell everybody what this is and why we're drinking.
This is One Drink Wednesday. We do this every Wednesday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. We're trying to switch it over to YouTube, but Jay's, fighting it as usual. So we're going back and forth.
Well, you asked me at the 25th hour, hey, let's do this. At least tonight you asked me ahead of time, like well ahead of time. But then, of course, someone's been begging to play with me literally all day. And so it's like.
Well, we
So
had, you're like, okay, we'll do it at this time. And I'm like, great, perfect. And then the realtor lady said, I'm going to be here at this time. And I was like, fuck. So
it's whatever. Here we are. We're good. We're killing it on Instagram and.
yep. We got CC in the house on YouTube over here hanging out. Oh nope, she had to go to Bible study, so she's out.
Lord help her.
Yeah, we got 2 people watching somewhere, like Facebook or somewhere, because I got it going on Facebook, I got it going on YouTube, I got it going on
Oh my God, this is on Facebook.
Twitter, my Facebook, not yours. So you're good.
But if it says Wes Tankersley is now going live with Jay Finning, I don't know how that works on Facebook.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I should have thought about that.
It's all right.
I can turn it off right now.
No, we don't want to disappoint the 2 people watching.
Okay. We will.
Damn it! Because I moved one computer in the background, so I keep grabbing the mouse for the computer that's over there. I gotta use my fingers. If I go off, is it still recording? Because I just went off the thingy.
Yeah, you're fine. I see you.
All right, let's see what's on the Facebook. That's what my mother-in-law calls it, Facebook.
Facebook.
Kick Dreams United in the Heezy.
We got anyone got any show and tell? So we're gonna pull you up on the old Instagram if you got any show and tell. Otherwise,
There was something I was gonna do, and I'm looking around the room because I don't remember. You're now acting as Jay Finning on Facebook. Well, fucking good.
you should have been acting as the other guy. See, I think we can link, like, if you wanted to, which I don't think you want to.
God, how do you prevent this shit from happening? So on hard parking violations, you get these random people who drop in, and they're like, it's just fake people trying to sell shit on your page.
Yep.
And this one's like, wow, these shoes fit fantastic. And I'm just like, block.
The new thing that's happening on Facebook that I've been getting is security violation. Click this link to clear your security violation. And like, it's some fake page that's called security violation.
Yeah, it's that's one of their scams. I missed this A-Team van on hard parking violations.
Yeah, I give up trying to post stuff on there because every time I post something, Red's like, already got it, bud.
Yeah. Well, so it's a K truck, a K van. You guys see that? They're on hard parking violations. You see that, Rican? My boy Dre Day posted it, and it says nailed it, and it's it's like a Daihatsu 18 van. It's hilarious. I'd show you guys, but I don't want to. Did you
Re-
see it? I'll show you guys. Fuck it.
Rican's on the old Facebook, huh? Oh shit. That's like, oh, that's so funny. You remember the one that
The smart car one?
that I showed you when I was driving through downtown Boise that one time? I'm like, look at this thing. It was like one of those, but it was 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, I don't even get that, Scott. It's not. It's usually just some random shit. Like these are the most comfortable, and it's just some stupid link to some ad.
15 new ceramic coating jobs. Awesome. Tell me about the ceramic coating because
You want him to come on and tell you about it?
what's that?
You want Scott to come on and tell you about it?
You can if you want.
That's what he does, man. I don't know if he can join.
The dealership just ceramic coated my car, and I was like, this thing doesn't look like.
How much do they charge you?
I think it's like $800.
So for the dealer, that's probably like the like level 1 package. Did they tell you?
No, they didn't tell me. It was probably cheap. We're talking Fruitland, Idaho here, man.
I mean, it's if they do it right. I don't know if they have to be certified or if it's like that, do it yourself. If they're charging that much, hopefully, I don't know. You need someone like Scott to speak to it.
Well, they guaranteed it they guaranteed everything. Like they supposedly like they ceramic coated the inside of the car too. Is that part of is that part of it inside of the car too?
Yeah, there's interior. You can put it on like leather and fabric. It's basically almost like a Scotch Guard on the interior. Yeah. And I don't know if Scotch Guards, I don't know if that's like taboo to say. So the only thing I know to, growing up, Scotch Guard spray or whatever.
Yeah, well, that white interior sucks. So, or cream interior, it's like, but it was the only thing they had. So,
God, what did I have? I had something for show and tell, and I was like, oh, I should do this on One Drink Wednesday, and I don't know where it's at.
You're wearing your One Auto hat. Makes me want to go get mine.
I didn't cut my hair. Been too lazy to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, looks terrible. So,
so it's long.
Patchy-ish. Yeah, dude, come on. Hit the little plus button or bring distinct details up on here so he could tell us about it really quick. Answer all your questions.
Boom.
All right, we'll see. I better not. You better not.
You got ripped
cannot
off.
Join. Well, I don't know. I mean, there's so many products now, and there's so many levels, and I think, there's a lot of. There's a difference between cost versus, core cost versus the application. Some shops are better than others. Some products are better than others.
Yeah. I invited him, but did it say he couldn't join?
I don't know.
Invited.
Where's Steven the Accurate guy?
I don't know, but Turkey's here. We only got like 4 people in the room, so we're not that fun right now, apparently.
Yeah, it usually happens when you host.
Yeah, pretty much. When you're on bottom.
Scott's gonna bring all the boys to the yard.
What's happening?
There he is. What are you doing? You're out walking around? What? The first time Turkey ever joined us, he was driving too. Remember that?
And then the next time he was talking about assholes.
People don't like assholes. Yeah. All right. So and you might have to, well, you can't hold the phone and drive technically. So you're kind of incognito witness and protection. So answer Wes's questions about all his wildest dreams with ceramic.
One thing that we really don't offer as far as in our shop is interior ceramic coatings, because in all reality it's just a sham and a money grab as far as for a lot of detailers as far as in this industry. Basically, if I was to sit there and ceramic coat your seat for you, basically you getting in and out of your car about 4 or 5 times is going to literally abrade your domain. So it's going to be literally pointless as far as that time. usually a lot of other dealerships will offer Scotch guarding as far as the carpets and this, that, and the other. Well, usually that will make the fabric as far as sticky, because that's the only way that they can actually generate water repellency is by putting something that's has like that will eventually get sticky. Um, and that right there will actually trap dirt and dust as far as into your carpets and make them actually more dirty.
Yeah.
But as far as our ceramic coating, like, I mean, I've been in this business for 25 years, and I mean, I've tested a lot of different ceramic coatings as far as in this industry, probably more than anybody has ever probably known as far as with ceramics being in existence. But they actually there's only so many as far as options that actually make their own ceramic coating. Everything else is completely like private labeled, and everything else is white labeled. So like one of the big ones as far as on the market is Ceramic Pro. Ceramic Pro is a marketing agency. What they do is they actually turn around and they have white. They've taken as far as a white box and thrown their name on it. So therefore, and what they do is they actually will sell these as far as to people. So all of a sudden, like if I'm a Ceramic Pro installer, all of a sudden I'll get this email from Ceramic Pro saying we have. They'll give you they won't give you the full phone number, and what they'll do is they'll sit there and go, we have as far as these numbers as far as for you, if you would like it, it is $50. And then they'll literally sell you the phone number so you can actually then call the person and try to make the sale as far as that.
Fucking Angie's List.
As far as their ceramic coating, like I said, it's literally a marketing company. And to tell you the truth, this whole industry is like, I mean, the reason why I offer certain products is because I'm actually dealing with the manufacturer. So if I actually have problems or anything else like that, or if I have ideas that I want to have done, then therefore all I can do is literally just call them and be like, hey, this is my idea, or this is what I'm having problems with. And I can get an answer straight from the source, not as far as from somebody else that has to call somebody else that has as far as that made the product as far as in general. So that's the reason why we offer as far as the paint protection film company that we offer, because there's another very, very high-end, I won't say high-end, but a very, very high influence as far as brand out there that starts with an X, and they are a software company. They don't even make their own film. So they actually will sit there and they've white boxed as far as their coatings. Now they have a ceramic coating, which is kind of a joke to begin with. And yeah, so I mean, there's, like I said, we use as far as Modesta, which is there's only about 90 of us installers as far as in North America, and they're literally like handpicked. The gentleman that's in charge as far as of the U.S. is number 3 in charge of Modesta in international. So we actually make all of our own products as far as in-house. We were also the very first ever ceramic coating as far as ever to be made in existence. Tomo was actually ceramic coating microchip boards. This is actually what ceramics came from. He was ceramic coating microchip boards and was like, hey, I should
He's up here.
something as far as for my new car. And that's how Modesta eventually came out.
Yeah, I'm on the
He
call.
made something for his own car, and it literally, kind of blew up as far as from then on. So, but yeah, like I said, I mean, you just gotta be careful. I'm always an open book as far as to all my clients or anybody that ever wants to know. So I don't have a problem. Like the biggest thing is I like to provide knowledge as far as to people and clients, because you don't do this as far as for a living. And that's the reason why a lot of people choose to go with us, or that we're trusted as far as the vehicles that we're trusted with, because of the fact of, uh, you know, basically just lay everything out on the table to everybody. So, I mean, I don't care if you go with me or not. I'm not as far as in everybody's price range. I try to be, but yeah, if you want it done right, then no problem. We'll revert to people.
Yeah.
We have a question from Canada, Steven the Accurate Guy. What ceramic coating would you recommend? So I'm guessing there's got to be like a couple of them besides people who just white label it.
Right. I mean, Manessa is by far one of the most solid ones. The one thing I love about Manessa is all of the testing that goes along with it. So what they actually do is they'll make as far as the ceramic coating, and they'll put as far as parameters as far as the own ceramic coating. And what they'll do is they'll then turn around and as far as to a third party organization and actually have the name of the third party that they submitted to. And once that will come back and they'll verify as far as their findings, and if it matches everything that they're trying to generate, then what they'll do is they'll then certify and verify all of the findings as far as of the coding and go from there. And once they do that, they'll sign it's by the Japanese government. So
Cool.
that's one thing I absolutely love about as far as our particular coding as it is. I mean, like I said, I've been with quite a bit of brands, and there's some smaller brands that are out there that are relatively very good, but they don't have, like, when we went through the whole COVID thing, we were having problems as far as getting resources, as far as like materials. So we kind of fell flat on our face as far as with a couple of those little brands. But I mean, they're solid, they're good, but there's, like I said, it's just, you just got to make sure you do your research, and the main thing is go in and look at people's shops. Go in there and look as far as where the job is going to be performed, and look at the work and ask questions. Don't be afraid to point out things. So, but yeah, so.
So
That's a good deal,
the
man.
levels of like what the dealership probably offers isn't that great, I'm guessing.
That's right.
A lot of that stuff is based off of. You gotta think. A lot of the people that are working at the dealership are there just to turn a product, as far as in and out. They usually have a limitation of about 2 hours that they have to basically turn a car. So, but here you go.
I don't know. These guys had it from freaking 9 o'clock, and they probably were only working on it 2 hours. They had it 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock. It's like, what the hell?
I know that when I got mine done, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years ago now, they had the car for like a week, and they would do this thing. They'd coat it and they cover it with plastic. And I don't know if that was like the thing then that they were taught to do.
Yeah, I mean, we offer as far as many different products as far as out there, from glass coatings, plastic, and our wheel coating alone can handle 2,300 degrees Fahrenheit. So, which I tell somebody, if you can cause our ceramic coating to fail as far as on wheels and calipers, you'll have bigger problems as far as oiling, as far as the brakes fluid.
Oh yeah.
So, but
sounds like
to a point now, especially with our ceramic, that I actually at for one of my Pebble cars a couple years ago, we actually ceramic coated the engine block, and the reason why is because I was trying to get it to pop more and make it actually shine more.
right.
And the other thing is it's actually making things easier to clean. So if we ever have an issue or an oil leak or whatever, it just basically runs right off, and we can literally just blast it with water and it comes right off. So that's another reason why we've actually started doing a few test engine blocks as far as lately from mostly a lot of I grew up in the dirt truck scene, so I usually will do some kind of a test as far as on a dirt modified or dirt late model, stuff like that, just to kind of see how much pounding and abuse that this thing can actually take before I go offering it to my regular clients as far as that are driving street queens and everything else goes.
So I'm hearing that if I ever get new wheels for the car and I want them coated, I'm going to have to drive it to Scottsdale to get it done.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of people that know about Modesto BC06, I mean, it's an incredible product. It lasts as far as a very long time. So, and the funny part is, like, you can sit there and ask, any installer, they'll probably go, oh, what's the heat resistance as far as of your wheel ceramic coating? I guarantee you, nobody else will know that.
I've never even heard. Yeah, I haven't even heard anyone even murmur that before, man. It's important. So.
It is important. Yeah, I mean, otherwise you're just buying as far as what the other person's sitting there knowing.
Shit breaks down and then all of a sudden you see brake dust on your white wheels and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Do you have your?
It was actually funny. I had this client that he had the black ET4, and he had PCBs as far as on there. He's like, man, he goes, I don't need as far as ceramic coating for the wheels. He goes, I have carbon brakes, and I'm like, well, I think it really depends. Like, if you want to make your stuff as far as easy to clean and everything else goes, like, I know you and your wife basically sit there and scrub up your wheels as far as every weekend, or every 2 weeks. This will make it much easier. Well, I mean, I don't know. Is it really gonna make that much of a difference? I'm like, I'll tell you what I'll do. I said, I'll coat your wheels for you, okay, at no charge. But you find as far as that it makes a big difference as far as you, then just come back and pay me. And he's all like, seriously? I'm like, you're literally right down the street from me. I said, and I know I do all your cars all the time, so I'm not necessarily worried about it. And so he literally went ahead and took me up on that offer. And we did as far as he's like, he turned around and washed the wheels, or his wife washed the wheels. And she's like, I literally sprayed and everything came off, as far as of the caliper and as far as of the actual wheel itself. And she goes, I actually turned around and put as far as a brake cleaner product as far as on the wheels afterwards, and took her hand inside to see if she could get any kind of transfer as far as to her hand. And she said her hand came out 100% perfectly clean. So I was like, oh, wow. I'm glad to hear that it worked. So
give me my money.
It's so funny because she's actually talked about I guess the landscapers that her work were blowing and they got her car all super dirty and dusty. And she called her husband. She's like, I just washed the car this weekend. They came through and the whole entire car is like completely like dirty as all hell. He's like, well, because this guy's kind of her husband's kind of he's a gearhead. He's like, why don't you just do 100 like you always do on the way home? And she's all like, and he's just like literally standing in the driveway when he pulled up, and he's like standing there looking at the car. He's like, he goes, where's all this dirt at? He goes, she gets in the car. She's like, oh, it's right here. And he goes, my car's clean. And he's like, yeah. He goes, see? And he goes, this shit's actually working.
That's crazy.
He goes, yeah. So I mean, it's pretty cool. I love, like I said, I mean, I now have like a legitimate like perfect home as far as with our coating brand. And the biggest thing is like our coating brand continues to evolve regardless. So it's a really great product, and I love sharing it and showing it to people. I actually had Jordan, don't you? Low baller?
Yeah. Talked to him this weekend.
Okay. So one day he walked in my shop when I was installing a coating on a Ferrari. 430, black 430, and he's like, what are you putting on this car? And I'm like, oh God, this is like our highest end ceramic coating that we possibly offer. And he's all like, dude, he goes, I've seen lots of ceramics. I don't look like a ceramic because I was literally struggling to put it on. I mean, it's literally like putting on. Is it thick? Like maple syrup and super glue in the wintertime. So, I mean, when you put it on, like, I literally have to pull it, and it's only in one stroke. Like, I literally, like, pull it, lift it off, put it at the end of the panel, and pull it back again. And that's literally how we have to apply it. and it's the thickest thing I've ever seen in my life as far as ceramic coatings go.
That's crazy.
And Jordan's like looking at this stuff. He's like, dude, he goes, that's not a ceramic coating. I'm like, it's right there, and like there's the bottle right there. And he's all like looking at it. He's like, dude, I want to see this whenever it comes off. And I'm like, okay. Like you know Aaron very, very well. So like just hit him up. He'll let you take a look at his Ferrari. And so we got done with that car, and I had this one other client that came into our shop, and he's a big hot rod guy. So he does a lot of like super big hot rod shows and has like everything is black as well too. So he turned around and actually he walked in my shop and he's like, what did you do to this car? And I'm like, what do you mean, what did I do to the car? And he's all like, he goes, all my cars have always been black. And he goes, and I have never once seen a black car look like this before. And I was like, well, I said, honestly, between as far as all the correction and everything else that we've done as far as to the car, I said, it's basically, the ceramic. And he was just like, holy hell, like, I go, honestly, the ceramic's not meant for everybody. I said, this is like, what the definition I give my people or my clients is like, you literally have to love your car and that you're never going to get rid of it. And if that's the way you feel about it, then this is a ceramic coating that you can consider. I said, but, I don't sell it to like, hey, this is the best of the best. Like, I don't.
Sure.
I literally, the biggest thing is when you come into our shop, I figure out, my first question to you is how long you plan on keeping the car for. And once you sit there and tell me as far as how long you're planning on keeping the car, that's about the gist of the ceramic coating that I'll offer you. Because we have different as far as like we offer as far as different not packages, but different.
I know what you mean. Different levels. Yep.
Yeah. So basically, I guess we have a 3-year, 4 to 6 year, and a 7 to 10 year, and then we have the private label stuff. So I had a client call me today. He's like, I'm keeping a car for 4 years, and I'm like, well, I said, let's just do the 3-year coating, and we can turn around and just maintain it well by keeping it clean. I said that coating will easily last you 3 years, or easily last you as far as for 4 years. And he goes, cool. I'm like, there's no reason why anybody else needs to reap the benefits of you spending money as far as on a ceramic coating to protect the car for the next person.
Right. That sounds good, man. Thanks for answering those questions. We got to move on to our Rotten Tomatoes game.
Thank you.
If you have a movie you want us to guess on, type it in the thing. Everybody, type it in the thing, and we'll figure out. Everyone's going to play together. So,
Fantastic. All right, guys, have a great one.
Thanks, Scott.
Rotten Tomatoes. I got one that I want to do, and I don't know if you listen to the podcast, but Tatum said something that made me go, yeah, we're going to talk about that one.
Man, yeah, Scott's the real man.
Yep. This is
when I was
Wednesday,
at the car event with him
Pacific
last year,
Standard
we were at the Fountain Hills show. He kind of called me over and like gave me this tour of this dude's badass car that I otherwise wouldn't have got a tour of.
Yeah. Pretty dope. All right. Well, this is One Drink Wednesday. We do this at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time every Wednesday, myself and Jay Finning. Sometimes I'm on top. Sometimes Jay's on top. Sometimes we're on YouTube. Sometimes we're on Instagram. Trying to figure this shit out. But we are going to do, I would consider that our show and tell, would you not?
That's show and tell, yeah. I'm just sitting here reading because there's a Fallout game coming out.
Oh, shit.
And I can't, not a game, a show, a TV show coming out. And I can't wait. I think that it could be perfect if they do it right, but I don't know if they do it right. You can unpin Stephen the Accurate Guys. What ceramic coating would you recommend?
Yep. If you guys want to do, so we're going to do Rotten Tomatoes game, and this is what we do is we guess the critics and the people's score. Man, we got to get a scorekeeper.
Yeah, you're a scorekeeper. We just do it for fun.
Yep.
This is week 2, so it's and then of course then we'll wrap up with this day in history.
Yep. So I want to throw down. Are you looking up the scores? Is that what we're doing?
I'm not looking up anything. Oh, you mean when it's time?
Yeah,
we
when
can,
it's time.
sure.
The actual score. So I want to do Clueless because my daughter, we were sitting in here and we were doing an in-person interview, and I interviewed
Clueless.
my daughter
Okay.
on the podcast, and she goes, as if. I was like, what the? Do you even know what that's from? School. So
That came from Clueless, huh?
yeah, that was on Clueless. That was the freaking Alicia Silverstone. As if.
Do we know? So I used to do this game on my Instagram. I used to do battles, stories, stuff. I haven't done them in years, but it's like the best movie quotes, pop culture.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get frustrated when I do those because people vote wrong. Yeah, so I stopped doing it. You know, because like one of them was like the best fights, and like Bruce Lee and Chuck Norris made it way further than they ever should have, because that may be an iconic fight of iconic characters, but it's one of the worst, boring, stupid fights.
Yeah.
But it beat out some of the most badass ones. And then as far as the phrases from movies that have become part of pop culture, I forgot which one won, but it was one of those stupid ones. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, this would never exist if it weren't for this movie. And people were just like,
Yeah, you haven't done like the cereal wars in a while. You did that. You used to do that too.
no, yeah, you know, it's just people are dumb, and I get frustrated. So, all right, so you say Clueless, right?
Yep.
We're
Clueless.
Clueless. Okay, and this was what year? Was this like a? You remember the year? Was this like a '90s?
95.
Let's say like a mid '90s movie. Clueless.
It was
I'm
50.
gonna say, based on it being a teen movie, I'm going to say I'm gonna type it down. Everybody, type in your answers. The first one is your critics. The second one is the audience. I'm gonna say Clueless came in on a. Didn't that one like launch a bunch of actresses?
Yeah,
Also,
it had God, that gal that died, the curly-haired girl.
the curly-haired girl.
Yeah,
Oh,
I see
that
her.
hot one. That
see-
that hot chick. I liked her. She's like mixed or something.
That's her. Yeah,
I think she's abusive. Like, she got in a lot of trouble.
yeah. She got
She's like a
abused.
physically abusive chick. Steven's got 65, 80, 67. Oh, it's a teen movie. I'm going to say it's going to come in at this and probably this.
Dude, it had Paul Rudd in it too, didn't it?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
You haven't seen it?
Dude,
Wow.
in 1995, I was a 19-year-old dude doing nothing but getting in trouble. Why the fuck would I watch
Yeah.
Clueless?
Paul Rudd, Brittany Murphy.
Oh, she was in there too, yeah.
Yeah, she died. That's the one I was talking about. Oh,
Yeah,
it
that's
had
totally
Donald,
not the chick I was talking about.
it had Donald Faison and Breckin Meyer in it too.
Everybody's voted, except
Everyone-
for, I don't know if Ira's still watching. He probably jumped in and jumped out.
Turkey is in the house finally. He got out of the coop. We got 4 in
All
there.
right. Your movie, are you looking it up or am I looking it up?
You're the Rotten Tomatoes guy.
All right, guys, here we go. Everybody got their votes in? 30 and 50, says Ira. Okay.
30-50. I'd be more impressed if Turkey was
Clueless, the 1995 movie was, Stacey Dash is who I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think she's abusive. That chick is hot. So Clueless comes in, critics 81, people 76. '81. I am 9 points off at 81 and 12 points off. 81. Is that me? Did I win?
I think so.
I won 76. Turkey got that one because he's only 4 points off.
And
But 81 puts him 21 off. So I think I won. I'm closest.
Jay is number 1.
Wow, I was right. Who's got a movie? If you
Yep,
if you
we
know
gotta
the
get
movie, post the movie.
Dude, should we
Come
do
on, guys.
Should we do 90s rom-coms?
How about Mr. Deeds?
Mr. Deeds.
I'm not gonna vote. Well, I don't know it, but I'm the one who submitted it, so I don't know if I can vote it. Let's
Yeah,
do
you
Mr. Deeds.
Well, I guess if you can see the score, you can't. But if you can't see the score, then who gives a shit? Which one? Did you know there's 2 of those? I know which one you're talking about, but there's two of those.
There's no category. It's just you pick a movie, and
Yep.
then we just.
Hot Shots.
I'm gonna say Mr. Deeds.
Okay, Mr. Deeds with Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler, Mr. Deeds. Yeah, it's the movie with he's basically the heir to the fortune. I don't, it's not a.
What do we say? We said
I don't want
critics
to spoil
first,
it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Critics first, right?
Critic scores first, audience second. Remember that typically critics don't like Adam Sandler. He was Ryan Reynolds before Ryan Reynolds, because all of Ryan Reynolds' movies are very Adam Sandler-ish. A lot of them really are. But since everyone loves him, he gets more praise.
Yeah.
Not including Deadpool, obviously. I'm going to say Mr. Deeds is going to come in at 42 and 76 is what I'm going to say.
42.76. We got to do The Girl Next Door. That's a good one because it's got my boy in it.
The Girl Next Door. I haven't seen that movie, but I'll guess on it.
You've had to have seen it.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's got Timothy Olyphant in it.
Oh, then yeah, of course I've seen it, dude. That doesn't mean.
Dude, he has this great line in there. I'm telling you. Have you heard the line? Is the juice worth the squeeze?
Yeah, but
He
you're not
says
telling
that.
me he made it up. There's no way.
No, but he
said
said it in the movie. That's what he said. It was a great line.
50 to 75. Okay. Okay. So what are we looking? Oh, yeah, Mr. Deeds.
Yep.
Everybody's got their vote in. Mr. Deeds. This is my mother. 2002. Adam Sandler, Winona Ryder, Peter Gallagher. To name a few. What do we got? I might have won this one too, guys.
Oh God, this is bullshit.
Turkey's pretty close. Mr. Deeds came in at a 22 and a 59.
Wow, people hated it. I mean, what's a justification for people hate it? Anything under 70?
No, I would say things that are rotten.
So what's rotten?
Rotten. Probably I don't know what rotten is, but if you gets a tomato icon on Rotten Tomatoes and it's certified fresh, if it gets the green splat, it's considered rotten.
Jeez.
Steffi, cute.
Let's see. I'm looking here through the.
Could be Steve Fight cute. Steve Fight cute. So we're doing the Rotten Tomatoes game. You guys submit a movie. Everybody who's in the lobby just kind of vote or guess what you think the critic score to audience score is. No cheating, honor system. Eventually, we're going to give shit away.
Oh, how about this one? There's something about Mary.
We need people to submit on here. We can do There's Something About Mary. We can do whatever. You know, that's a movie. I didn't really like that movie. I didn't hate it. I just don't think it's great. I don't know. You know what? Ben Stiller just.
How did you get the beans before the Frank, dude? God. Jay doesn't care. Like, you can't look at that stoic freaking trying not to laugh motherfucker.
Guys, what do we have? So we're doing that? We're doing Something About Mary?
Well, I guess like we're the only ones who are making, we got all these people in here and no one wants to say anything.
What happened? It just went from nothing to 1 and then back to 4. Did you have a
glitchy
Delta Force with Larry the Cable Guy?
Oh, that's a terrible movie.
He played and he did like a follow-up Delta Force?
Delta Farce.
Yeah, but he said Force. He can't fucking spell, can he?
Yeah, it's Delta Farce.
Because earlier he said Hot Shot instead of Hot Shots.
Delta Farce had DJ Qualls in it and Bill Engvall, Larry the Cable Guy. Did it have Ron White in it?
But have you seen Delta Force, the old Chuck Norris movie?
No, I haven't.
That was one of my favorite movies as a kid, man. That's where I See You When I See You comes from.
Okay.
I don't know if it was used before that, but I'll see you when I see you, boss. I use it all the time when I'm talking to people.
Larry the Cable Guy, Keith David.
I'll see you when I see you.
Bill Engvall.
That's what the character Scott said in the movie just before he died. I'll see you when I see you, boss.
See when I see you, mother.
No, it was his dying words. I'll see you when I see you. So, what are we doing?
Let's do something about Mary because
Okay, there's something about Mary. Danny Trejo, fucking Machete.
Machete.
So I'm gonna say there's something about Mary. He's gonna come in at this.
Something about Mary.
I put my vote in. Steven's got his vote in.
There's only 3 of us here, so is that it? Or is there 3 people in the room and plus us 2? That makes 5.
Give us some time. What are people doing on the other social medias?
I'm not so I don't have any comments on here coming from the other social medias.
We have 80-90 right there. It's weird. Turkey's there. 4 votes. All right. Here we go. Anybody else?
Anyone? Bueller? Emilio's in the
1998.
house.
Cameron Diaz, Matt Dillon, Ben Stiller. Oh, interesting. I never would have guessed that. Let's see who's closest here. Steven might have won. Everybody's off significantly. Oh, Emilio. Before we continue, you need to give us your Rotten Tomatoes score for There's Something About Mary. The first score is critic. The second score is the audience. Do not cheat. We need your vote in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Put the Coors Light down.
Original. You know,
Something About Mary. The critics, 84. I was close. The audience, 61.
Oh my gosh, really? The audience hated it?
Yeah, it wasn't rotten. It wasn't the popcorn thing isn't over, but 61.
Emilio,
5.
It's not how many Coors Originals have you drank. It's what's
He
the
said
scores.
5.
He might not have had a TV growing up because he was in church all the time.
Dude, 84 and see, I told you it wasn't just me because I know people love the movie. I didn't really like it that much. I thought it was okay. 61.
Yeah.
I think it's Ben Stiller, man. I just don't think I find him annoying. I don't hate him. I just don't think he's that good.
Yeah.
I think you may have won.
Emilio, tell us what your favorite movie is of all time.
That's a movie, 84. Isn't that a brand? Like I see it at 84 with a circle over it.
He sent me a video the other day, and I was like, "That has got to be your truck." Someone took a Dodge, like an old Dodge Power Wagon, and they painted it the same color as a banquet beer, and then put Coors Original on the side of it.
It's kind of cool.
That's pretty dope. Emilio, you got to tell us your favorite movie so that we can play Rotten Tomatoes with your favorite movie.
One more, we'll get to do this day in history.
Yeah. You guys got to drop one. The next person who says what movie it is, we're going to do it. Or I'll pick one.
Doesn't
Comedy?
matter,
Sure.
dude.
Yep, whatever's your favorite movie. That's a hard one. Like if you had to say what your favorite movie was, like what would you say?
It's impossible.
Yeah, that's
because
the
there's
thing.
so many different movies and so many different categories, and you feel differently when you watch them.
Talladega Nights.
Oh, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
Shake and bake, baby. Shake and bake.
Talladega Nights. It's one of those weird comedies that some people like the actors and some people don't, and that makes a big difference.
No,
What? Talladega
doing-
Nights or
it's
Fury? What are we doing?
yeah, it's Talladega Nights.
Okay, he said that one first. All right.
Because
I'm gonna say
it's funny how we think it's like iconic. Like I feel like it's like an iconic movie because you think of all the lines that they say over and over again.
oh,
But like
those are close.
people probably think it's trash.
So we're close. Everyone's kind of, wow, look at you. 78 and 82. 1685.
I'm going for
Sneakerachi. We're playing this is the last one from the Rotten Tomatoes game. Talladega Nights. What do you think it got? First number is critics, next number is audience.
Yep.
The winner wins. The winner gets a $500 cash app.
Cash app.
I don't even have a cash app.
What's your cash app?
What's your cash app? I just consider that I don't know why, dude. I'm racist. I just consider that like some sort of ghetto app.
Dude. It's everyone on TikTok uses Cash App. I do not.
Yeah.
It's like in their
When I
bio.
join the black YouTubers thing, it's always like Cash App, the Cash App, Cash App. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Give me a fucking Cash App. All right, so what do we got? We have Turkey comes in at 60, 85, 78, 82, 57, 73, 46, 85.
What's up, Ken Constant? I just saw your comment. Sorry. We got Ken, the content coach over on YouTube.
Oh, what did he say? Well, let's get the content coach. What is his? I'm doing that mouse thing again. God darn it.
Yeah, I don't know. Ken, if you're still there, let's see. Yep, you're there. Rotten Tomatoes. We're playing Rotten Tomatoes game. We need the critics, your guess on the critic score and the people score for Talladega Nights. That's what we're looking for.
The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
The Ballad of Ricky Bobby.
This one's actually pretty close.
Pretty close. Bearded lawyer in the
Bearded
house.
lawyer.
We'll give. I don't know if Ken's still here. It shows I got 4 people watching, but he might be just kind of listening in.
Steven's gonna win this one. Wait, let's see. No, that was his old one. That was his old one. He might win the new one too. Wes is pretty close.
Absolutely, man. I'd love to sign your baby. You're gonna want to wash that forehead.
All right, so here we go. So the last one for tonight, as far as this goes, before we get to this day in history, Talladega, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, critics 71, audience 73.
71, 73.
When you hit 73 on the head, but the 71 is a difference.
Oh man. How are you doing it? You're subtracting one from the other, or what are you doing?
I'm just looking at the difference between the two.
Okay.
Yeah, people either love the movie or just don't care about it. And it's
7 point. Ken gave it a 7.8.
Borat in there, Ricky Bobby.
All right. Well, again,
Like Will Ferrell is what I was thinking. Like people either like Will Ferrell or they don't.
Dude, the thing about Will Ferrell is like, I watch him, and like Anchorman, dude. Anchorman is funnier than hell. But the first time I watched it, I was like, this is stupid. And then I watched it again, and I'm like, this is funny. And now you watch it again, and it's pretty damn funny. But Will Ferrell's that guy that had to grow on me. Like I've always liked Adam Sandler, but Will took a little work.
Martin Lawrence was like that for me. I didn't like the show Martin. I thought it was dumb as hell. He way overacted. I don't like overactors. Jim Carrey's an overactor. When I saw Bad Boys, the first one, then that's what actually put me over with Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
And then as far as Jim Carrey, I think it was probably Bruce Almighty was the first movie I watched that I actually liked of his.
Yeah, it took a while because like.
No, you suck, Emilio. You suck.
Yeah,
you
Ken,
suck
we're doing Rotten Tomatoes, and we're kind of
here.
dual casting here because we're Instagram and we're doing YouTube right now. So we got a group on Instagram over here too, and we're commenting Rotten Tomato scores. So we're gonna do this every week. We just started doing it. What? Is this the 3rd week we've done this? Second on Rotten Tomatoes. We did it last week. We did it the week before though, right?
No, 2nd week.
Okay. Well, you pick the critics score out of 100, and you pick the people score out of 100 because it's always different.
Probably.
But now,
I think you won twice.
Adam sucks. So we're gonna move on to this day in history, and this is our last little segment here for One Drink Wednesday.
You're hosting this week, so you lead off.
All right. So let's see here. Looking at all this, I would say that I think that the Australian rock gods, AC/DC, earned their first top 40 hit with You Shook Me All Night Long in 1980, the year I was born.
Oh, I'm like, who? Oh, AC/DC. Okay, yeah, that's
AC/DC,
got to
yeah.
be one of the most popular songs, period. Whether
Yep.
you like it or not, everybody has heard that song. Especially, I mean, they played at ball games.
Yep. So I had a kid in high school that I went to high school with. His dad had a Corvette, like an 80s Corvette, and it had an 8-track player in it. And that was the only 8-track that he had. So you would go, we had a cruise in Ontario, Oregon, up and down 4th Avenue. And he would jump in that Corvette, and then we would just listen to AC/DC the whole time, back and forth.
It's funny.
Yep.
I'll do this one. 1964, Minnesota Vikings Jim Marshall runs the wrong way with a recovered fumble. Imagine that.
God, that's
Run
terrible.
all the way to the touchdown the wrong way.
Yep. Horrible.
What else happened on this day on October 25th, Wes?
October 25th? Oh, what happened? Oh, sorry, never mind. I'm like, you're trying to tell me something? 7-Eleven. Yeah, we stopped at 7-Eleven. I like this one. I think this is kind of crazy. In 1944, the first kamikaze attack of the war begins.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts. Kamikaze!
This one's kind of crazy. In 1994, Susan Smith reports a false carjacking to cover her murder.
To cover her murder.
So she must have, I didn't click on it, but she must have killed somebody and then say that they got carjacked.
Oh, that's crazy.
Let's see. We have any chicks? Chicks love true crime.
Yeah. Is your wife home?
Hey,
You can
did
ask
you-
her if she knows about it.
Susan Smith reports that she was carjacked in South Carolina by a black man who took her 2 children in the backseat of her car. Although authorities immediately began searching for 3-year-old Michael and 1-year-old Alex, they could find no trace of them or of Smith's car. After 9 days of an intense national media attention, Smith finally confessed that the carjacking tale was false and that she had driven her Mazda into the John D. Long Lake in order to drown her children.
I think I remember that. That's a crazy lady.
That's crazy, man.
Yep. I think that's, I mean, I don't know. I guess the only other thing I see on here that's kind of interesting is that Pablo Picasso was born in 1881.
Yeah, white people like killing their kids. You always hear those are the most bizarre ones. It's always someone like that, you know. And a lot of times it's the women who do it. You know, this one it seemed like it was both of them, but
Yeah.
Mama said there's a movie about that.
Little,
Yeah, people are sick, man.
little postpartum depression or something. What?
I guess because one of the kids was 1 year old.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's crazy, man. That's crazy, dude.
That's crazy.
Who's that guy on you could see his reels. I always watch him on Facebook. Some blonde headed, he looks like a wrestler in Louisiana, is always cooking crawfish and shit. He's always,
Oh, yeah. Stale cracker.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
money,
yeah.
dude.
He's got his own seasonings. These are like, look at my seasoning, dude.
You got hit that
Use
with
my
the Cajun
seasoning, dude.
two-step. All right. Well, this has been One Drink Wednesday.
1.5.
You guys want to check out some badass podcasts, you go check out Hard Parking with Jay Finning. Pretty good interview this week with a guy on there. And I don't even know if it was an interview. There was a guy on there that was pretty cool. My podcast this week, I interviewed my daughter. It was pretty sweet. You should go check it out. It's kind of it was funny. I sent it over to Jay because Jay does the editing, and he's like, dude, people are going to eat this up. And that's all I
Yeah, it
keep
was
getting
cute,
is, yeah, it was
It was
pretty
real cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jordan, the guy that Scott from Distinct Auto was talking about earlier, he actually listened to that episode. He was like, yo, dude, I checked out the pod. That was pretty awesome. I'm like, wow, thanks for listening. He LOL'd it, but I'm serious, man. You know,
Yeah.
anytime someone new checks out the pod and I get good feedback, it's awesome.
Turkey, happy birthday tomorrow. Drink a few Modelo's for me.
Make sure you guys go to isidewith.com
Yeah, check it out. Figure
I
out who
talked
you
about
are.
that. Yeah, on my podcast, and Happy Birthday Turkey. I talk about that on the podcast, and for the people who do it, it's eye opening.
Make sure
I
you
think
don't
it's
get
awesome.
called what they call Jay, because
Yeah,
it's
well, libtard out.
peace.
You know, it's funny because Scott and Jordan were two guys that I talked to about this situation. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, we all know the truth. See you guys next
wait,
week.
let's do it. Let's do it. There they are. There they are. You guys see those stupid balloons?
See ya.
Later.